domestic terror, domestic terrorism, and biological warfare. Domestic terrorism and chemical warfare. Domestic terrorism and viral warfare. The use of viruses and bacteria and chemicals by domestic terrorists. Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the heart of it. The United States government and the states' governments and the cities, towns, and villages all over America are dumping huge amounts of chemicals, viruses, and bacteria into our environment. From New York City, New Rochelle, Albany, New York, the St. Lawrence Seaway, all over the Great Lakes, Chicago, San Francisco, Miami, Tampa, all over Texas, all up and down the Mississippi River, all up and down the Ohio River, all up and down the Tennessee River, all up and down the damn St. Lawrence River, San Francisco Bay, Puget Sound, all over America. Massive amounts of sewage. Utah, oh God, Salt Lake City. The sewage of Salt Lake City. Yeah, baby. Full of bacteria and deadly viruses. From Wuhan, China, to London, England, Paris, France, Milan, Italy, Barcelona, Spain, Mexico. Oh my God, the Rio Grande River. Holy shit. The Rio Grande River. Holy shit. The sewage coming out of Mexico is freaking staggering. And the COVID-19 cases in Texas are no surprise. Now to Andy Cuomo and Donald Trump and to Congresswoman Elise Stefanik. Elise Stefanik, take notes. Domestic terror, Maxine Waters. Domestic terror, Nancy Pelosi. Domestic terror, Bernie Sanders. Domestic terror, Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer knows damn well. If the damn terrorists, the domestic and the foreign terrorists of the world, were dumping huge amounts of sewage all over America, what the hell would you call that, Nancy Pelosi? How about you, Joe Biden? Kamala Harris? Come on, Kamala Harris. If the terrorists were dumping sewage all over California, like California's doing it, would they be terrorists? Kamala Harris? Man, this country is so freaking brain dead. So fluoridated, indoctrinated, brainwashed, and these ass-kissing political types that'll kiss the ass of their candidate until they're blue in the damn face, rather than, admit and confront the vast corruption that's running the United States. I mean, these people are, oh my God, you talk about psychopaths. Psychopaths in the Republican Party and psychopaths in the Democratic Party. Let's talk about domestic terrorism, Nancy Pelosi. Come on, freaking Chucky Schumer. Bernie Sanders, how about you, pal? Let's talk about the massive poisoning of Lake Champlain, Patrick Leahy. Come on, man, you're going to run an impeachment freaking on Trump. Let's talk about the massive contamination and poisoning of Lake Champlain, Leahy and Sanders and Cuomo. Come on, Cuomo, let's talk about it. Get a hold of David Wick at the Lake George Park Commission and Eric Sly at the smartest lake in the world, the RPI Darren Freshwater Institute at Bolton Landing. Why are we flushing the lake, Eric Sly? Why don't you explain that to everybody at the Lake George Association there and the Fund for Lake George? Come on, Tom West. Let's talk about the drawdown flushing, the flushing drawdown of the sewage leachate from Lake George, New York. Tom West, bar card carrying attorney, Tom West. Get a hold of David Wick, the Warren County Board of Supervisors, the Warren County Sheriff's Office, the town of Queensbury, the town of Bolton, The town of Lake George. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. Ticonderoga. Get a hold of Ticonderoga and Washington County, and let's have a real live, no fooling around discussion about infectious, deadly disease and the domestic terrorists that are dumping sewage everywhere. The domestic terrorists that are dumping sewage everywhere. Ask Karen McLaughlin and all of Karen's friends about the domestic terrorists of Cuomo and Trump. Come on, Karen McLaughlin. Tell them.